One.
You know.
Hello and good evening, travelers. And welcome to episode 43 of our Death Attack Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Tonight's episode is titled...
Betrayal.
Close. It's titled... Siege.
Did you forget from it?
Blood Iron Keep. No! I looked over because Elijah was staring intently at the screen. So
It's fine.
probably need to bring my camera down just a bit.
Join us as we fix our shit.
Okay. There we are.
Probably because of After Dark, but you should be fine.
Okay. Just talk loud. Whisper loud or whatever it is you do.
No, I have it bumped up from...
I think yours is up the highest, so we should be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So...
And if we're not good, if you guys can't hear us, just let us know.
Indeed. Just let us know and we can fix that pretty quickly. Now, slight recap. Last left off, our adventurers had just acquired a rather rare gem, an item known as a sea diamond. A jewel that is capable of providing a magical enchantment to a vessel, allowing it to submerge beneath the depths as a submersible vessel. After defeating a rather ravenous worm, our adventurers were able to acquire said jewel. And Kaz also discovered a rather lost memory of the old Sun King. Now, they have returned back to the Siren's Call to discuss their plans to defeat Dretha within her Iron Citadel. And that is where we begin tonight's episode. So there you all are. You have now returned to the ship. The deck has already been called to attention. And the crew is waiting orders, further plans of how they're going to move forward with your assault or your escape, whichever way you want to look at it. And scene.
Alright, so first thing I want to do is I want to go find who was it that told me that knew anything about this, the diamond. The sea diamond. Diamond's sea.
Brutga and Hakan, both of them know.
Where are they?
They're both on deck. Everyone's on deck.
And Bruga was with us.
Alright. I'm just going to point to them and then motion them to follow me. I'm going to go to my quarters.
Okay.
And I'm going to also motion the guys to come with me.
Alright, so both Hakan, Brutga, and the rest of everyone here at the table, as the remaining of the crew waits outside on deck, we all enter into the captain's quarters.
So I'm going to go up to the table. I'm going to reach into my jacket and pull out the diamond and set it in the middle. Alright, so Bruka, how does this work?
Well, it's a little complicated, but that's more or less where Hakan will come in hand, and should help us construct a device to utilize it better. Hakan, it's true. I can craft a device that can hold the sea diamond, if it is one. There's no way of knowing for sure unless we were, well, on a body of water.
I'm gonna, lean down to look at it, and you said there was, a storm inside of it.
Yeah.
What else would this be, if it wasn't?
I'm just stating I've never seen a sea diamond. I believe you that it is one. So I will construct a pedestal to contain the gem.
So we can't do anything with this until we're on the sea, is that what you said?
That's how the magic works.
So how's this gonna help us at all?
Brutka kind of budges in. Well, my thought was that if this whole siege thing doesn't go as planned and we need to, well, evacuate, then this will be our ticket out of here when this creature inevitably dies. This diamond right now is a worst case scenario, but I would hope that we have a plan on taking the Citadel.
Right, so does anyone know where the Citadel is? How to get there?
I do know.
Great. I'm gonna go grab like a bunch of like random items that are small. We'll grab like an armful.
Okay.
Bring it back over the table and we have to drop it on there. Alright, we have to make a map.
Okay, I'll start trying to lay out a map of the town by memory, I guess, for the Citadel. There was a shanty and what have you.
Okay, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Okay, well, I saw it in front of me, so, but I do have this handy D&D Beyond app right
Sponsored.
here, and it allows you to roll right here on the screen. I got a 5, so.
You didn't bring your dice.
It's over here. It's over there, and I just didn't want to be rude. Intelligence?
Huh.
So I got a 11.
11. Okay. So you place them onto the map as good as your memory could recall. You weren't exactly trying to remember the exact layout of it, but you are fairly certain that you got the important parts of it right.
So, the general outline of this, you can't even really call it a city. It's more of a, town, a shanty. So we won't have to worry about breaking into any city walls or anything like that. Honestly, we could probably just walk right in there. The actual keep itself, though, is made of iron. That's the most disturbing thing. I've seen houses and different buildings made out of ship parts, but the Citadel's made out of pure iron. I don't know where she got a hold of this.
Where did I leave Crab Dude? Forgot his name. Taka.
Talik?
Talik, yeah.
Currently Talik is with the crew.
Is he?
Yeah.
So he's out on the deck?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so let's just talk about what we have to work with right now. Right now, what I have to work with is a lot of really angry crabmen that want to eat their queen, so we have that to work with. What else do we have here? We have whatever's going on with Fauna, with the sword and the arms.
The bulging muscles, you mean?
Yeah. So we have that. I don't even know where to start with what's going on with you.
Either. I did have an idea though. If you have a lot of those crab people, why don't we use them as like a distraction?
I don't think that'll work.
They're not very smart, so...
You notice that Hakan takes a step forward. I've been observing these crab folk, these broodlings. They're receiving some sort of telepathy. I can see it. Watch their movements. Study them. You can see it. They'll completely abandon a task. Even one that is driven by pure biological need. Food, shelter, fire. They act against their own will. Something is communicating with them, controlling them. I believe that it is Dretha. And I also say at this point further, we should not have them around us while we're discussing tactics for this siege.
Well, that's why we're in here.
Or we do have them with us and we give them fake plans.
That's a good idea too.
Deception is a crucial and important ingredient for a successful battle.
Well, Like I mentioned earlier, we could probably just walk in, because Dretha, charged me with killing the king.
But if my theory is correct, then she already knows that we are not playing that game. We've spoken openly about betraying Dretha in front of Talik, in front of many of these crab folk.
That is true. She must be equipped with an immense arcane power. Dretha's a sun elf, and trust me, she does not look like one. Whatever infernal pact she made, or whoever, it's rather powerful.
How do we go about getting in there? Was there like a back way or something? Or that we can sneak in?
Well, there's always a back way. You just gotta know how to find it.
It's an important life lesson right there.
Yes.
Remember that.
Don't ever rush in, though.
Not doing.
Nice and easy.
Unless you're in a hurry. You gotta get it done quick. Anyway then. So what we should probably do, so are we going to just try to deceive the crabmen? Should we just...
Well, we could get the giants to help us. I mean, it is their war, technically.
Well, I think that'd be more up to Fauna to get them to help.
It is something that I have pondered about while we are here. Why have the giants not laid siege to this citadel? How does a mere 10 adventurers fare against something so formidable?
True. I honestly, I kind of already figured that they would be joining us when we do attack. But I can make sure, try to make sure that they should all.
Try to make sure.
Well, I will go make sure that they can.
Slams his hand down on the table. Enough of this. It is clear that none of you have ever experienced war.
We should all share fair battles.
Battles are one thing, warfare is another. You are looking at Legion Fleet Commander of a Dramia army. I was commander of the Arbador Pass raid. Go ahead and please give me a knowledge history. Or give me an
I don't
intelligence
care
check.
for his tone very much.
Intelligence, you said?
Yeah.
I'm not controlled for that for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
That is 15.
That is 3.
6. Fuck this guy. Oh shit,
What,
what you got?
what does that have to do with
Okay.
us?
So, Kaz, you understand the language he's speaking. Because it's a little dated, actually. A little bit older than most of your companions here. Khan must be a little bit older than he has let on to believe. But Arbador Pass was a notorious battle between the Dramia nation, the Dragonborn of the north. And unfortunately, their once great empire has fallen to a less than noble standing than what it used to be. For thousands of years, the Draconian Empire held firm within all of Abendal. And as they slowly began to lose territory, other races and kingdoms began to claim, by proxy, the abandoned locations. The battle in which he is referring to is something that occurred against the Warborn. However, this is not a fight of honor or prestige. Arbador's Pass was a complete slaughter. The Dragonborn nation of Dramia rained hellfire down upon the unsuspecting village beneath them, completely slaughtering countless innocent civilians and creating a barricade within the pass to annex their adversaries and starve them during winter. Not only was the attack itself a brutal massacre, but everyone within the valley who relied on that pass for food, well, a long winter with no food ends very poorly.
Well, I wouldn't be too fooled by our friend's shiny skills anymore. There's some history and wisdom behind those gilded
I do not wish to speak about my sins, but I will not let you engage in folly warfare.
Well, I wouldn't say this is your typical warfare.
We lack numbers, and we are on the offense. We are sieging a highly defensible location, with no high ground, no cavalry. We have nothing to meet them on an open field. Subterfuge and deception is going to be our only way in. A small strike team must be assembled to infiltrate the keep, while a diversion is being put outside. Those giants will need to be our fodder.
You said I saw tapestry from the Sun Elves within the keep, correct?
Correct.
Well, lucky for you, I'm a rather expert on subterfuge and deception. You can say it was an occupation of mine. Dretha, I don't think she's far gone. Not yet. At least of her humanity, you could say. There is mementos of her time as a sun elf, and I just so happen to have the memories of her long-lost love. I could try buying that strike team some time. Maybe take her down memory lane, visit her in her people's clothing, and maybe try to swoon her. Or at least enough to distract her eyes from when you sneak in behind her and slit her throat. Now, I would say probably Jez would be the best to lead this. She's, out of all of us, as agile as I am.
Captain, I apologize for speaking out of place. I also apologize for the deception.
It's completely understood, though. It was a travesty. What happened?
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of stuck on what he keeps alluding to. What is that all about? Is it important? Do we need to talk about that right now?
I led a team.
That does yes.
I led a legion of men, dragonborn, against innocent civilians.
Isn't that kind of what you do in the whole war game?
There is war, and then there is slaughter. It's not a military. It wasn't even an outlook. A strategic point must be held.
Alright, we're dredging up some things that clearly you shouldn't be talking about, so I'm just we're gonna stop that right there.
Captain, if you would, please give me permission to lead the diversion team.
Yeah, right, of course. Why don't you guys start working on that? I gotta go check on something real quick, and I'll be back. Can you handle that?
Aye, Captain.
Alright, don't touch anything on the walls. Don't Don't look under my bed either, you'll regret it. And I'm leaving.
I wasn't going to look under her bed.
Now I am. I will say if our theory is correct and the broodlings are working as a spy, then if we go with this plan of yours, you should probably have a falling out of us and leave to join her. And make it a big scene right in front of them.
Well, I don't know quite the extent of her reach into their mind. I don't know if
True.
she can see through their eyes, hear what they hear. It gets a little complicated when it comes to magic. Of course, you should know. No. I'm fairly confident in my charm, but if it fails, I'm sure I can manage. I've been in stickier situations than this. Now, is Hakan gone?
No,
He's still there.
he's still there.
Now, saying you want to put together a strike team, who do you have in mind by chance?
Assuming the captain and all of you in here. Every other person is going to be needed on the field. We also don't know what type of defenses that the Citadel has. We're going into it blindly. And Falner should speak with the Giants. Ask them why they haven't invaded. Why they haven't pushed in advance. Held a front. Hell,
Well, I could probably answer that for you. They have been fighting here for a while. Their numbers are dwindling.
one giant should be enough to handle many of those broodlings.
Sure.
Well,
There must be some other defense that Citadel has that we do not know of.
it's true. Well, I do know she has a rather large crab. I mean, immense. And she has more than just these broodlings. She has these hulking crustaceans, I guess you can call them. They're at least 7-8 feet tall. They're rather sizable creatures. I mean, I don't know if she has more. I only saw, I think, maybe 2 in the throne room.
Fairly likely she does.
And Undretha herself, probably a formidable hurricane user, so there's that. And I've seen what mages can do in combat. Skilled ones like that.
And while this is occurring within the captain's quarters, where is Jez going?
I'm going right back to the spot where Kaz caught me talking to my demon daddy.
Okay.
And I'm just going to... I'm just going to sit, kind of lean my back against the barrels, and almost like meditate, kind of. Just trying to focus on what I should be doing and hoping that Levistus gets back to me with the information.
So you're trying to call to him?
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be needy, you know? Like, it's a whatever. If you don't show up, whatever, I don't need you.
Okay.
So I'm cool. I'm casual. I was chilling. Oh, okay.
Yes, he answers. No, he doesn't.
You have 50-50.
You meditate. And meditate. and meditate. Some time begins to pass, and you do not receive a call until you feel a icy coolness begin to almost breeze through the floorboards of the ship. You don't see a physical manifestation of him, but you do feel his presence near. You hear a whisper within your ear. Yes?
And not trying to, rush you or anything, because I know you got a lot going on, but time's kind of running out on our end. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this, crab lady, so did you happen to figure anything out that I could use to get the fuck out of here?
I did.
You sound annoyed. Is it me?
I'm resting. Many souls required to make this contact.
Alright, yes.
She, this Dretha, is a patron of another denizen of hell. The Dragon Queen, Tiamat, bound to the lair of Avernus.
Alright, that sounds like some shit.
Rather powerful ally.
So do you happen to know anything that I could use to my advantage with that information? Know any tea?
I do. Tiamat, like myself, is bound. She cannot intervene as much as she likes to suggest. Make sure that you find whatever item binds her to Dretha. Sever it from her.
Is that something that should probably have on a person?
Could be. Maybe in a safe place.
Alright. Alright, well you rest up, you need your beauty sleep, and I'm gonna go see what I can do to help you recover.
Feel that icy presence fade. Everything returns to normal.
Alright. I'm gonna head up to deck then.
Okay.
Is everyone pretty much still up there?
Yeah, everyone's up
They're
there.
just chilling?
Everyone's essentially kind of waiting for orders.
Talik's still there?
Talik is up there.
Alright. I'm gonna head back into my quarters.
While she was down there, I looked under her bed.
You went to look under her bed. What's under your bed?
Nothing.
Fuck.
There's nothing under her
There's a
bed.
box. With a lock.
There's a box with a lock in it.
Alright. I don't touch it.
Okay. And you make your way back into your captain's quarters. As you do, you notice Fallner getting up off the floor.
I tried to tell him not to.
I looked under my bed.
I dropped something.
Right, I wasn't actually concerned because the only thing under there is locked, so.
I wouldn't know.
Alright, so Dretha, yeah? We're still talking about all that? We got any plans for the whole deceiving endeavor?
Well, I'm going to convince some giants to help with the attack. And then, I think Kaz is going to get close to her,
Mm-hmm.
distract her, make out with her, hold her hand.
Alright, you're taking it a little too far now.
Well, I mean, if I have to, I'll do all of it. Maybe more if I have to.
So you said she doesn't look like a sun elf, but she's a sun elf.
Yes, I have memories of her.
And you said it's like infernal.
She has horns and infernal markings, so yes.
So she probably has some sort of infernal pact maybe going on.
Just, she looks like you.
She looks like.
She's got a tail too. Elves don't come with horns and tails.
Are you a sun elf?
No, I don't think so. Not last I checked. So, does she ride? Did you say she rides around on a giant crab or something like that?
Yes, she has a giant crab, so I'm assuming either this thing ate it or she conjured it.
Alright. Interesting. Does it look like weird at all? It's just a giant crab, or is there anything else weird about it?
I think the fact that it's the size of a rather large house is questionable enough.
Alright.
It's about as big as close to the ship size. It's big.
Well, shall we let the rest of the crew know what we're doing?
Well, that's the thing. If we want to try to do this deception plan that Kaz came up with, if the theory is that the Birdlings are communicating telepathically to the Queen, then we should stage a falling out between us and Kaz, where he would go and join her.
You think she'd fall for that?
Well, if he were to just walk up to her right now, there's a good chance that she already knows that we are trying to kill her. So.
I just gotta say, I'm not a very good actor, so gonna have to rely on probably
I'm
you.
a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that.
But, well, I mean, we all can do it. It's going to take a joint effort.
How far can we go with this? Can we start hitting each other? Make it
I don't
convincing?
really want to be hit. I don't.
If it all is possible, I mean to see Claudia first. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty banged up from, initially falling into this beast, being thrashed around, stepping in, whatever. I'm pretty beat right now, and I don't think I could quite fight an army.
Yeah, you say no more. I get it. Alright. So, Volno, you need to go talk to the Giants. Is that still part of the plan?
Right.
So, how about while some of us get patched up, maybe you can go do that?
Sure.
Can I get the mask that I put in your bag
Oh, right.
before you leave?
I take off my bag and I take it out.
Thank you.
I'll borrow it.
So, yeah, I gotta ask what's up with that.
I don't know. I just found it. I wonder if it's just special.
Yeah, I don't know if we should be just picking up things that we find inside of a Leviathan and putting it into
That's
our
good. Well,
bags.
He did.
I mean, we have a habit of doing that, just finding random things and keeping it. I mean,
Would you like me to identify it?
It doesn't even feel like me.
some of us just, tear filigree off the wall.
Well, yeah, that thing looks a little creepy, though. It's kind of
Yeah, it
a
doesn't
little
feel like-
suspicious.
It doesn't feel like much to it. It kind of feels like it's going to fall apart at any moment. But that is neither here nor there, I suppose.
Yeah. So we should get going. We're probably running out of time if there's any sense of time in this place anymore.
Alright, so I'll go talk to the Giants. Kaz should probably
Just
Rest.
Claudia.
and see
I
Claudia.
kind of do too, to be honest. I get hit with it.
Well, you're gonna need someone to go with you.
If you give me
Well, I
one
don't
to-
think a Birdling should go with me.
No, we're not gonna have a Berlin go with you. What about Con?
I can go.
Alright.
I feel like they'd appreciate his warrior energy he's got going on.
Sure. Actually, yeah, they would probably really dig that. Alright, Are you ready to depart right now?
I am. Just know that there may be some hostility. Giants and dragonkind don't typically get along.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking good point. Yeah, that would really kind of stir them up.
Well, you have a whole another set of crew members to choose from to take with you if you're
We
worried
should do
about
something
that.
like Taku or something. I'm sure he's itching for a fight.
Honestly, I could take Taku. He could probably find something to eat along the way. Alright, yeah, I'll take... No offense, Alcon. I don't want you...
Understood. Tactically, it makes more sense.
Right, I don't want you to get attacked for no reason other than just being you.
Then I will prepare creating the pedestal for the sea diamond. As he grabs his rhyme steel hammer. And he walks out. Closes the door. Brutka, who's been kind of silent the whole time. Oh. Wow, it's not every day you hear someone admit to war crimes, so that's something. Now I see why he's on this ship. He's probably wanted, or at least would be hung from the gallows in several locations up north.
I feel like we all would be.
I need a good company then.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make sure he has everything he needs to make that pedestal. I'm gonna leave and follow Alcon.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Claudia.
You're gonna go fight Claudia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to be healed too.
So, you go ahead and you leave and you go to walk after Hakan, who's already making his way down to lower deck.
I'm gonna wait till we're alone.
Okay. Once he gets down to lower deck, everyone's up deck. So you're alone downstairs.
Hakan, I wanted to speak with you in private for a moment.
Yes, go ahead.
So, I've been with this crew for a while now, and you are definitely one of the new additions. But I wouldn't say you are the first. I wouldn't say you're the first type of man I've met that has that particular look in his eyes, and I'm not too excited to see that again. I've seen one old warrior lay down his life in a small town in the middle of nowhere to die an honorable warrior. And I really wouldn't hope that I would have a crew member having that run through his mind right now. Because it doesn't quite make sense to me to bring you along on the strike team. I know you're very seasoned, I know you're very smart, but I wouldn't rather have someone throw their life away.
You got me pegged wrong.
Oh,
I don't want to die.
really?
I don't want to throw my life away. I just don't want to be a monster anymore. I left my country. I left my brothers. The Dragonborn of Amandol. Their hearts still beat strong. Their love for their nation, for our people. Stronger than ever. And even though many of us are several generations away from the slavery and the mistreatment of the dragons, there is a hatred inside of us. A cruel, vicious hatred. One that wants to see everything done to us turn back, spit into the world. Angrier, meaner. And to a point, I understand it. But watching my men laugh with glee as homes were burnt to the ground, to see a mother holding its child charred in its arms. All that does is breed more hate, more death, more war. I'm trying to find a way to see myself, to see my own reflection again, and not cringe.
Well, we definitely have that in common. I've done things in my past that I'm not quite proud of. In the shades of my skin, judgment is cast by eyes that look down on me. They see an invader, a slave. They see a creature full of hate for the surface world. So I understand wanting to run away from that, your heritage. But I feel like we have somewhat of a judged character of each other. Do you think if I was born in the Underdark, raised in the ranks, would that make me a horrible person, or an unfortunate case of born in the wrong environment? Our upbringing doesn't define us. Our journey does. And your journey brought you here. You are doing good. Yeah. You're trying to save lives on this ship. I don't see a monster, I can't. Just seeing a warrior trying to right the sins that he was forced to commit.
There are individuals on this ship that are not meant for battle. Those who have gusto, vigor for a fight, do not know. They do not know the sacrifice. They do not know what is at stake to lose. I will do what I can to the best of my abilities to keep everyone on this ship safe.
Well, thank you. And I'm glad you're aboard on the ship. And, well, I hope we all make it out.
I as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to formulate a plan with the rest of the crew, and hopefully Fowler can convince the Giants to go smash some crabs. So, if you need anything, just give us a holler.
I have work to do. They should be fine. Thank you.
I'll turn around and join the crew.
And as you head back upstairs, you are walking out there to meet with Claudia. Claudia is currently with the rest of the crew. You approach.
Claudia?
Oh, hey. Hello, Fall. Oh, hello, Lavender.
Hi. I don't really want to ask you to take care of my wounds, because I know what it does to you, but we're kind of hurting a little bit right now. Kind of fought the giant worm, and it was really painful.
Lavender. That's my job.
I know, but it makes me feel bad.
You are not supposed to feel bad. This engagement is mutual. I take away your pain, and in a way, that's me offering patronage to my deity. Why don't you head down to my room? I'll be down there shortly.
Okay. I will get Francis too.
The rat?
He's a little bit more than that. Have you not seen him yet?
I have seen him, and I'm worried on what he is.
Yeah, we're going to.
What is that?
I think he wanted to talk to you, actually. I just told him to wait in my room because, I mean, he was the rat that I had. We went to the. It's a long story. Probably not for right now, to be honest. It is a lot to kind of unpackage, and we don't have a lot of time.
Alright.
I think he's good, though. He seems like he's good.
I'm sure he is. Thank you, Lavender,
For what?
for opening up.
Oh.
And talking more. You know, there's many people on this ship who say they've never had even a conversation with you.
It is hard. Conversations are hard.
Tinsel thinks you want to kill him.
Why would anybody want to think I killed
You've been
him?
on this ship with him for more than 2 months and haven't spoken a single word with him.
I'm going to look at Tinsel.
You say you see Tinsel staring at you, and as soon as you make eye contact, he...
That doesn't make it. But you're right, I should talk to them more. I basically only talk to you and to Sky, and that is really about it. And you're right, I probably...
No one on this ship wants to hurt you, Lavender. It's okay to open up and speak with other people. Even when you don't need anything from them. Okay?
Okay.
And you're not alone at this. There's a few people on this ship who I have barely spoken with. I personally can't stand being near Marigold. Here's Marigold. Come on! No offense, well, actually, yes, some offense. You're kind of a terrible person.
I'm going to lean in. Yeah, I found him and Brutka in Small Ross's room. I didn't like that.
Oh, okay, well, you...
Right after he died.
Well, that is something.
Things like that don't really make me feel very good. It makes me not want to talk to them, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's understandable. Other people deal with loss differently, though. You need to learn that. I once held a burial rite for a father who had lost his only child. She was only 7 years old. She was playing by herself, and she unfortunately went over a ravine, and she did not survive the fall.
That is terrible.
It is. It's a tragic thing for any parent to have to experience. But I sat there and gave her rites. And I blessed her corpse, gave a praise to Ilmater. Not once did I see her father shed one tear. He stood there with a sad smile. And afterwards I went and asked him on how cruel a man would have to be to not smile at his own daughter's funeral. He seemed insulted, stared at me and told me that how dare I tell him how he should honor the memory of his daughter. Said that his daughter would never have wanted to see him shed a single tear. The strongest thing that man ever did was stand there without crying.
Reminds me of when everything happened with my family. It was just me and my dad, so I kind of understand that. But I'm going to go down to your room now, because this is getting kind of heavy. Let's bring up memories. Because a lot of stuff has happened that you haven't found out about yet.
That's okay.
But I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to wait.
Alright,
Thank you.
I'll be down shortly.
I'm going to go down, get Francis, and then go to the room.
As you head down the stairs, you end up coming into your room. But before you even do, you notice the door is already cracked, and you see this nice little plume of smoke kind of steaming out of the door crack.
He really is smoking, isn't he? Francis? I'm going to push the door open.
You open up the door, and you notice that Francis is laying on your bed. His arm is back behind his head. You notice he's got one pipe in his... He's got holding a pipe in his hand, and he's... And as soon as he realizes you open the door and you call out his name, he goes, "Oh, hey!" He puts down the pipe. Sorry, I guess I didn't ask you if I could smoke in your room. I found this in Marigold's bag, and he got some tobacco in there and this pipe. I don't understand why I want to smoke this stuff, but I just have had this craving. It's craving to smoke it.
It is okay. I'm glad that you're finding stuff that you like to do.
Yeah. I also, there's I want to read books, which is weird because I didn't know how to read beforehand.
I still don't really know how to read books, so I can't really help you out
Oh.
there. I'm going to meet with Claudia, though, if you wanted to come with me and do that.
Oh, what's Claudia gonna do?
She's going to try to heal some of the wounds. Like, I got... acid
Oh,
on me.
yeah, the healing magic stuff. Alright, so am I just going to watch?
You said you had to ask her some stuff, right?
I did. Already talked to her about it, though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
You guys went to go deal with some diamond, I guess.
Yeah, there was a giant one.
So I went and talked to Claudia. It cleared up a lot of things. So she told me that I should try to experience all these cravings that I'm having. And she's slightly concerned that I'm some sort of entity trapped inside of an animal.
You know, I was trapped inside of a human, if that makes sense. So, I mean, I turned into a mushroom.
So we're like family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I decided I know what my name is.
Well, I had the name too.
Oh.
What was the name that you were
Well,
going to...
you go first.
So, I've been kind of thinking about it. I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. I had the giant worm to take care of.
All right, okay.
But I was kind of thinking, just and bear with me here. So you said that you're like
Okay.
my son.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, are you my dad?
I don't know, but if that is the case, I don't know how.
Like,
this
not my
works.
rat dad.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I know who my rat dad is. I ate my rat dad. Which, now that I think about it, should be a mental image that should scar me, but it doesn't. It's weird.
I mean, if it's a rat thing, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
you can't really be upset if it is
Yeah.
your nature. But
Yeah, poop, your parent, doesn't matter.
yeah. I mean, I'm not the rat, but I can probably sympathize. You know.
Okay?
But I was thinking, with that in mind, I could call you. My father's name was Rupert. Would it be okay if I called you like Rue or something like that?
You know what? I like Rupert.
Yeah.
We'll go with Rupert.
I don't.
That's good. Mine was a little different, but it was good. It's good.
So I met the witch a while ago, and she said I was going to meet my dad sooner than I thought. Turns out my dad's dead. Doesn't really matter. So maybe.
So we both have dead dads.
Yeah. So maybe we can like just meet in the middle on that.
We can both be each other's dad.
I don't think it works like that. That's not what I was getting at. I was just
Okay.
saying, like, you know, maybe you're here for me to kind of try to move on from that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
like a family thing.
All right. So I'm your dad.
Not my dad, but like just something that I don't know that I could care for like that.
It's confusing. I'm still
Families
trying to
are
learn
confusing.
things. I now know that I can't come up with a name, so there's that.
What was the name that you were going to come up with?
I'm a little embarrassed by it now, but it was Maximilian Death Ripper III.
How did you come up with that?
I just thought Maximilian sounded really powerful, and then Death Ripper sounded intimidating,
because I'm so small, there's no way I'm going to be able to win in a fight. So I figured if someone's like, oh, that's Death Ripper, I don't know, he's got to be called Death Ripper for a reason. So I decided, put something scary in there, and if I put the third, that means I come from a long line of Death Rippers.
I mean, if that is what makes you happy, you could do that.
Oh no, Rupert sounds like a real name.
It does sound like a real name. I don't... It would make me feel weird if you were a third, because that's not...
No, my name was built out of a euphoric creation and
So that happened when we were like...
No, my mind just is now filled with lots of thoughts, lots of things streaming in my head. Really want to take frozen cream and eat it. Like take thick cream, add a lot of sugar to it, and freeze it.
What did Claudia...
Maybe add some chocolate into it. Yeah.
As delicious as that sounds, what did you two talk about?
Talking about me. What
does-
I am. What happened.
She's so like, she knows about what happened with me then? 'Cause
Yeah.
So what did she say about that?
She says that this is something that's way out of her knowledge and comprehension, but she's gonna do her best to help us.
That is really good. That is really good.
I guess this is not normal for rats to turn into me. Or I should say rats to turn into Ruperts. Or, no, not plural. I'm singular. I'm Rupert.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a thing.
You are a thing.
I'm
Somehow.
a Lavende. I'm me.
Yeah.
My own me.
Yeah, you can be your own.
Rats don't have a comprehension of selflessness. We have an idea of living. This is a whole new spectrum. I got a lot of things that I need to do.
Like, wait for Claudia with me. Rupert.
Alright, well, let's go then.
Turn up.
Okay. And as you head and go to wait for Claudia, Jezebel, what are you doing in the meantime then? So after Fallner, or since Fallner's getting ready to leave and everything.
Well, I also would have to go see Claudia because I am a little bit in pain right now, so...
Okay, so you're basically gonna kind of
Yeah.
patch yourself up and rest as well. Very good. Faller, I believe you were to go speak with Taku, right?
Right. Well, what I was going to do is I'll go step out. I was going to go, Taku. Cool.
You notice that as you step out and you snap your fingers, you notice that Taku, who's currently speaking, looking down, speaking with Igor, going, and you start snapping your fingers, he looks over. Oh, yeah. And as he comes walking over. Yeah.
You're with me. We're going to go for a little bit of a walk. And you can eat whatever, I don't care.
Are you bringing food?
I'm sure there'll be, yeah, we're bringing some food.
Alright.
We're not going to be that long.
What food we bringing?
Probably some rations.
Rations.
Mate, this entire fucking thing has food in it.
Food. I've been living off of rations for 3 days now. I haven't eaten really any meat. I feel myself withering away. I am going to die in here
Taku,
if I do not get
get a
some.
hold of yourself, man.
I have a very firm hold of myself. Now, tell one of these crab things to come with us.
No, we can't do that.
You said I could eat anything.
Anything on the way.
Alright, deal.
Alright.
Let's go.
Alright.
You know, so he looks over. Where's Bruca?
She's in the captain's quarters.
As he walks over, knocks on the door. Yes, and she opens the door. Goes, yes, oh, Taku, Hello? What did...
Gold folder. I don't know what we're doing. He just told me to follow him. But, let you know that I'm not going to be on the ship. I'll be back.
She goes, oh, alright, good. I don't know if we're done here or not, so I'm just gonna wait in the captain's quarters.
Alright. Well, you have fun with that.
And he turns and...
Alright, folder. Let's go. You need, you know... You need,
Is there something on your back?
will there be something on my back?
I don't think so.
So we're just gonna...
You got an itch? Is that it?
So we're just gonna move real slow. Got it.
Well,
Got it. This is gonna be fun.
How slow are you at walking then?
Huh?
How slow are you at
I
walking?
feel like I'm a little faster at you than walking.
You'd be surprised, mate.
Alright. After you.
Alright.
I'll follow.
Okay. Alright. So, we'll get down off the boat. We start heading towards Fall Blue.
Yeah, start heading to a giant town.
And I tell him along the way, like, where we're going.
So you get off the ship and you start walking that way. You notice that he gets to the dock, or gets to the ramp down off the ship, and he just kind of stands there watching you leaving.
Where you coming?
Keep going. Right behind you. Keep going.
Alright, I'll just fucking leave without him then.
As you start making your way and walking away, you know, he starts there and starts talking to Igor. And he's too far away to see what he's talking about. You know, as he starts, like, you can hear a roarous laugh. And you see him put his paw on top of Igor's head before he starts walking down the ramp. And you see him drop down to all fours. And within less than 4 seconds, he catches up to you, which took you about 2 minutes of walking.
That was so extra, Taku.
And then he goes, alright, guess it's stand up. Whoa!
How long were you down in that facility?
Hmm?
How long were you down in that facility?
The Silver Soul?
Right.
A few months.
Alright.
Why?
This is kind of the same thing. You're underwater, right? We're just going somewhere. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, except, Silver Salt, you can clear one side of the facility and the other in a few minutes. This place is fucking massive.
I think we'll be fine, mate.
I know, just wanted to get there quicker. If you got on my back. Does that make sense? If not, we can just keep walking.
Oh, that sounds good. Let's keep walking.
So, as the two of you continue to walk, Falner in the lead, you notice that after about 20-30 minutes pass, you're continuing just to truck along, going your normal pace. You kind of look over at Taku, and he's just head up. Just you can tell this stream amount of boredom is just coursing through his body.
No food! Moving so slow!
Maybe the grocery store.
Holy fuck. Alright.
You hear that?
Perception check.
That is an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20, okay. You hear the sound of crab legs skittering across this flesh-like floor. You know, Taku puts both hands on his axes on his side. He was looking around. You notice he closes his eyes.
It's following us. Probably because we're moving so slow.
You notice as soon as something comes out from around the rock, or there's a large calcified piece of coral on the ground. This crab-like broodling comes around. As soon as it does, howdy, friends! You see him launch his axe, and you watch it stick it in the chest. Within a moment, you see him just like break its neck with one punch. You watch as he takes his hand, grabs the chitin flesh armor, and starts grabbing hands full of crab meat.
Oh, so good!
Holy shit, we have got to leave this guy behind.
What is happening to our enemies?
Oh.
Notice he grabs his axe and puts it back into the holster on his hip,
If I were you.
and he starts dragging the leg with him.
Got some food? Alright, we can keep walking really slow now, I won't care.
Do you always just embed your axe in anybody that calls you friend?
You said I could eat anything along the way. This is along the way.
I guess I should probably clarify. You're not gonna eat me, right?
No, I don't eat halflings. Yet.
Right.
These are... He lifts up the body. This is not even like a thing. This is like a crab.
It literally spoke to you and called you a friend.
It smells like...
It's not even sentient. Look at it.
How many friends?
It smells like a crab. It moves like a crab. Sure, it can talk. But lots of things can talk. And we eat them.
I have never ate something that talked to me.
You've never eaten a dragon.
I've never eaten dragon.
You can eat dragons.
Taku.
Are you telling me you would not eat dragon meat?
I think maybe it is best I just ride on your back then.
Well, now, if you're right on my back, then... Okay, well, I'm walking. On 2 legs, not 4. Because I want to eat and walk.
Alright, then we'll continue walking.
Alright, get on. Or,
I
yeah.
don't need to get on now. If we're still walking, then why do I need to get on?
I can walk faster than you. You look at the size of my legs.
Oh my god.
Like 5 of you standing on top of
We
each other.
see
Look
the
at the size
size
of
of
my
my
leg.
arms.
Yeah, it looks like my dick.
Present it. Prove it. Prove it right now that your arms look like my dick. My arms look like your dick. I need proof.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Hey guys, we were supposed to get to a battle at some point tonight, so maybe we should wrap this
Episode
up
1
real quick.
all over again?
I have.
Cast
This is
Small Frost 2.0.
literally the best thing I could roll, and I have advantage on it too.
Why is this happening?
30.
Okay, you notice that he holding this crab, drops it. You see him just move a patch of fur around.
Oh no, please no, please no, please stop this.
And he's not exaggerating.
This
Does it look like a Romeo?
Alright, this is an animal. You're about to see an animal dick. Just make it stop.
He's not an animal. He gets mad if you call him an animal. Describe. Continue.
No.
I'm not describing it. I'm just saying it is
The size
definitely
of
the size of your arm.
a tuft of fur, and then it was the size of your arm. You can see outside of the fur, dude.
Well done, Taku. We'll just continue walking.
I hope he tells the rest of the crew about this.
He moves over and grabs the crab leg. Can I put you on my back? In the most respectable way possible.
You just showed him your dick.
He asked for it.
No respect left anymore.
He asked for it. He demanded it.
That's true, that's true.
Taku is alpha now.
Well, anyway. Fine. Whatever.
He goes ahead and he kneels down.
I'll climb up.
As soon as you hop up and grab onto his side, you're able to actually stand on his armor on the side of his hip, hold his shoulder at the same time. You have plenty enough strength as he stands up. It's pretty much like holding on to, if you were to imagine, like the side of a dumpster or like a garbage truck as you're driving. So you're pretty much hanging off the side of him as he continues to walk. And as he's walking, he's cracking large crab legs and throwing the empty shells and chitin to the side. Eventually, you guys do, and do take notice that as he gets up and he actually gets moving and his long legs are able to stride, there is a moment in your mind where you realize, and you knew it the entire time, that yes, he can walk faster than you. And you get that. But Falner, you have a moment where you start to realize that you just got this new sword, this new weapon. You just got this belt, this newfound strength within you. You're starting to learn more about this giant ancestry. And even though you have made so many hurdles and overcame them along the way, you can tell that people still judge you on your size. And part of that hurts you. Needless to say, the rest of the journey goes without any more obstacles until you reach Farblue. As you do, you notice that the giant standing sentry outside of the city see the two of you approaching. Taku looks over towards you.
I think these are your people then. You wanna go and deal with it?
And I jump down from...
As you hop off of Taku and make your way over. So Haku puts his hands on his axes at the ready. Just keeping guard, keeping watch on you as you take your step forward. You notice the giants see you approach.
Clan Wildheart!
Greetings. I'm here to talk to King Ronbeard.
They move out of this way and let you proceed forward. Just that Taku sees you moving in.
You need me in there with you?
No, why don't you stay right here? I'll be right back. It won't take long.
Alright.
Just that Taku waits outside and you move forward, make your way in. As you make your way into the center room of the now, I guess, court, the giants here within this Leviathan. King Rhinebeard sees you approach.
Clan Wildheart! Returning!
Your Majesty?
How could I be of service?
Me crew and I have come up with a plan to attack the Queen.
Then we will attack!
I was just coming to ask you if you would seem fit to provide some of your finest warriors. What the plan is...
If you plan to siege, then I will send my entire army, including myself, to fight alongside them.
Well, alright then.
How do you proceed to get past the defenses? Many of my giant kind have been vaporized by the spires.
The spires. See, that is information I'm really wondering about.
Yes, 5 great spires, armed with magical enchantments. They shoot lights that can instantly turn you to ash.
And where are they along the walls? Then I assume.
Around the Citadel itself.
Alright. Well, our plan is to a massive distraction in the front. Have her draw her army And then while a small strike team sneaks in, kills the queen, and we assume the queen is controlling all the broodlings through telepathy. So we kind of assume that once we kill her, they'll stop fighting.
So you want me to sacrifice my people?
Unfortunately, what we have, or at a disadvantage of, are numbers. They have many.
We can handle the broodlings. Let them come, and we will lay waste to them. But this small team, you suggest infiltrate the Citadel. How do you plan on having them get past the spires? They are enchanted. Anyone who does not bear the Queen's mark, they will target.
Well, we had a member of our team actually already met her. He didn't really mention any spiders, so I'm guessing he didn't get attacked by them.
So she knows of this then. I have a question.
What's that?
When did your ally meet with the Queen?
Probably around the same time I met with you. For the first time.
As he looks around the room, looks at all the other giants that are sort of eyeing the situation.
And how do I know that you are not a spy? How do I know that you do not wish to have us launch a folly assault? Only so the Queen may decimate us.
Because that wouldn't be very model of me to do.
Yes, the soothsayer speaks up. Here's blood of an arm. Here's blood.
Very well. I will amass everything that I have. And we will push our way into the fray. Hold back the broodling army, but it will be up to your team to deal with the spires.
Right.
We cannot hold that line with those spires up.
Is there a range on them, do you know? How far can they fire?
You will be able to tell.
Right. So, spires will be our first priority before the Queen then. Otherwise, there would be no distraction.
When do you plan to lay your siege?
It's kind of hard to tell time down here. But if this was midday right now, I would say by tomorrow morning, maybe. Or I can arrange of a way to signal you that we are preparing.
There is no need for deception. I will amass my forces and head there now.
Oh, alright. Alright. Then I will quickly go back to the crew, and we will prepare right away.
As he stands up. May the gods be in your favor.
As he turns and moves his way out, he knows that he speaks to his subordinates. You can hear him telling them to get ready for battle.
Leading with purpose, quick.
Okay. So as you get out, you notice that Taku's waiting right where you left him. He's just kind of kicking what looks like a broodling head back and forth along the ground.
Taku, we need to get back to the ship like right away.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go then.
As he turns and starts walking.
Oh, do you mind doing all fours and with great haste?
Sure.
As he drops down to all fours.
Climb up on top of him.
So as you climb up on him, you notice he takes off, and as soon as he does, you realize that he can actually run faster than a horse. He's probably clocking at least 55 miles per hour.
Jesus.
And as soon as he does, you notice that you're taking turns, and you're actually having to use your strength to hold on to the back of his armor as he's whipping around. It took you probably about an hour to get there when you guys walked. You guys make it back in probably close to 10 minutes.
All right. All right. Good job, Taku.
As he stops.
All right.
You take a rest for a while. I assume on the way back, I told him everything that was happening.
All right.
And then I go up top, and I'm immediately looking for Jezebel.
And as soon as he lets you off, you go. As soon as you get up and start walking away,
I'm gonna get with the men.
and he goes up and makes his way up the ship. And you go and find Jezebel. And Jezebel currently basically speaking with everybody up on top of deck. So you arrive and go ahead.
Oh, well, no. Did it go well?
A little too well. They're amassing it on me right now to go fucking deck.
I'm sorry, are they planning on leaving, like, immediately or something? Do you
Yes.
have no control over that?
No. It turns out there are spires inside of them. There's 5 in total. They're all some type of arcane spires that will just annihilate anything on sight.
All
We
right.
need to take those out first.
And the giants they're getting ready to leave
They're
now.
amassing right now, I don't believe.
They're not waiting for any orders or anything, they're just going?
No, they were just ready.
So we have no time.
Pretty much no time.
You got the gist that he was going to amass and move in, but not attack
Oh.
until you guys arrive.
My apologies. He's amassing and getting ready to attack right now.
Alright, so, I feel like we don't have the plan, like, fully fleshed out yet with how's the deceiving part going, what are we doing with that, and then how are we going to have a small team go in and do
True.
what they need
We
to
need
do.
to find a way in. Apparently you have to have some type of Queen's Mark to even approach the city without getting annihilated.
Can I recall spires?
No, you don't remember seeing anything. I mean, you remember seeing spires around the Citadel, but you don't remember anything shooting or vaporizing anything.
I've seen spires around the Citadel, but I don't think.
Wait, looking around. Where's Talik?
You notice that Talik is currently on deck, but he's kind of just been standing there, just staring at
Is
people.
it just him? Are there any
It's
other
him and 2 other broodlings.
Hey, Talik,
As Talik makes his way over. Ass!
would you mind taking yourself and your men down and just kind of patrol around the ship for a little bit?
Patrol! As he
Yeah,
turns
patrol.
and looks towards the other ones. And they all turn and walk off the ship. We can start patrolling around.
Alright, where's Twinkle Toes? Your little friend.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, sorry, I don't remember your name.
Tinsel. Name's Tinsel.
Alright.
If you want to call me Twinkle Toes, that's fine. Not my last name, but all right.
Okay. So you're good with things that, go boom.
Blow up. Yes, yes, I am.
So maybe we should have a team to distract. A team to go in and finish the job, and then maybe a small team also to rig up the spies to blow.
Well, I mean, this explosion would have to be immense. Again, the keep is made out of pure iron.
Ooh, yeah, if it's made out of solid metal, I don't think I'm going to be able to blow them up. Not with what I have.
Is made out of metal.
From what I could tell, it is a giant metal keep.
It's got to be a way to turn them off or something.
Well, they should have some sort of arcane focus. I imagine if they're able to fire on their own, then there has to be something to direct the magic.
Kazza's got a point. If there's some sort of magical enchantment on it, we could... Well... I may have an idea. So I've been working on something. It's not 100% foolproof, but I've been working on a new type of bomb, and I'm calling it an anti-magic bomb.
An anti-magic bomb?
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm taking raw mana and reversing the, how do I explain this in non-bomb terms? I'm making the mana go opposite. Instead of powering, I'm making the mana sort of inhale, absorb, suck up all the mana, all the energy and magic within an area, and it will basically allow no magic to be used within that area for probably a short period of time.
How long have you been working on this?
For about 3 years.
So, testing, I assume you've done a lot of that?
Yes, I have tested
Success
it before.
rate?
Success rate 100%. It does work. Time length, that's a little iffy. It can last anywhere between 3 seconds to forever, I think.
How many can you make?
Could probably make at least 3.
So how big of an area does it cover?
Usually around, biggest area, knocked out all magic within a mile. Smallest area, knocked out all magic on just me.
Oh, so you have no control over the area.
Not really. I haven't really tweaked that area part.
Alright, so here's this. You mentioned something about having to have a queen's mark or something to even get in the city.
That's what King Rombeard mentioned.
Do you happen to know anything about that?
I mean, the only sigil I've seen was for the Sun Elves, but I don't think she's using that.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll.
It could be that you have, what's his memories inside you? Full of things. Wrote it down. Thank you.
That's my actual name. 12.
12.
Yeah, that's what I put. Kaz's name. Seen it?
You kind of stop for a moment and you think, and you realize that you don't have any mark, but then you look down at your moonblade and you realize that on the moonblade, in the engravings on the hilt, you see there is a arcane rune on the bottom of the pommel.
Look at it.
And you recognize it, that this, in fact, as you are staring at it, you remember seeing this same sigil inside of her throne room.
Well, I do have this on my sword. If she is using the old sigils from the Sun Elves, then we have it right here.
Wait, did you enter the city?
Yes, I spoke with her.
So then it has to be it.
Right.
So you can go in?
I could.
You know that you would have to duplicate the sigil, but you would also have to enchant it with the same spell. That would take days of research.
So we have to figure out a way for him to lure her out.
Or
Smoke her out, if you will.
he is the only person that can take care of the spies.
Let me try something really quick. I'm going to use sending.
Okay.
I want to get a hold of Orisian.
Lorisian? Okay.
So, Parisian, I currently am trying to duplicate an arcane sigil. One of the Sun Elves. Would you know how to do this in a timely manner? This is important. Like,
Okay, that's it.
okay.
You get 25 words. You hear a response back. Hello, Kaz. Good to hear from you. Sun Elf sigils are a little complicated. I would need to see it. And I would need to know its purpose.
Alright. I don't think I have a way to do that.
Unfortunately, camera phones are not a thing.
I do have this grimoire, so a chance I could read through that and possibly try to find something.
You have his memories,
Yeah.
so you could try to recall if you want to.
Yeah, okay. That.
I'll tell you what. You can give me a D100 roll, and for this specific memory, and since it is also arcane in nature, I'll make it a 30% chance. You 1 through 30.
$45.
You sit there and you try to recall, but again, for a king who had thousands of years of life, it's very overwhelming when you try to recall memories of a live foe.
Alright, so that didn't work. I tried reaching out to Parisian and he would have to see this little mark. It would take days to be able to reverse it. It looks like I'm the only one going in.
Looks like it. Now he has to figure out what you're gonna do when you go in.
So, Tinsel.
Yes!
Those bombs, it's all magic, correct?
The bombs?
Yes, it gets rid of all magic.
Yes. So if you have any sort of magic on you, that won't work when you're there. Yeah, but as soon as you leave that area, your magic should work again.
Ow. Muscles. You hear that?
I did.
Well. And look at his arms.
What about what?
The magic will wear off.
Right. If I was next to the blast.
Which sounds like it's completely unpredictable and you could be caught in it.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that's not the only option. We could fucking do what you suggested earlier, an arcane focus of some kind, and just either remove it or maybe we can tune it to something else.
Then I could even scale these towers. I can climb them. Maybe disrupt them. But I'd be alone up there with lots of crap people.
Why don't we try to create diversion outside of the gate? See what that brings our way to pull attention towards us, and then Kaz can sneak in.
Well, that's the thing. If once we start, those things are going to start shooting at us.
What things?
The spires.
I thought we had to be in a certain area for them to shoot at us.
No, the giants said they haven't been able to lay siege on the city because it just annihilates them.
As that Tinsel kind of thinks. Well, Kaz, what's the layout of where the Citadel is? And as you recall, you remember that the Citadel itself is built inside the heart of the creature. So the heart is sort of beating around this Citadel. It's in a large chamber where it's basically the heart is the only thing that's in there. There is a open pocket of air that's all around it. And you remember walking up to it, you remember seeing that all around the Citadel was decimated, destroyed rubble. Now that you're thinking about it, you can only assume that that must have been the aftermath of whatever these spires are capable of doing. But you remember before you even got in there's areas that were still untouched. So there must be a range on them.
Well, thinking back to it, there was signs of them being used. Though it didn't seem the destruction was far from the keep. So there has to be a limit to it. I don't think they can snipe you across the city. There has to be a point, just enough to where the giants could cause a distraction, enough destruction that she has to send troops out towards it. And with that happening, maybe I can go in and disrupt these towers.
Tinsel kind of stops for a second. Wait a minute. Cap, do you mind? He pulls out some chalk.
Mind what?
If I do some cool math real quick.
On what?
The wood that I'm standing on.
Fine.
What if we take the ship there?
How do you propose we do that?
If we take the ship there, and if I am correct, hear me out now. We hold the ship there. I can position it in a way to where we can be outside of this blast, or wherever these spires are, as long as they're not within more than 500 yards. And then we can fire the cannons towards the Citadel. I mean, I know it's made out of iron, but if we fire enough cannons, she's gonna have to send troops our way. And if the spires can't deal with us, that should be enough of a distraction. Let Kaz get in there and take out the spires. Once the spires are down, then we all go.
Yeah, sounds like an excellent plan, but how do we get the ship there?
Gonna have to get the crew to probably pull it.
Wait, Fauna, earlier you made me small when you didn't ask me. Remember that? You just did it. Can you do that to the ship?
Could.
That would also help. Or if we had more people that had that spell.
Do we have more people that can make things small?
If multiple people are concentrating on the same reduce spell, then we could probably get the ship down to a small enough size.
Who else would
Well,
be able to do that?
fortunate enough, this book does have that spell. So, if I have
So we can
time
have
to
it
rest,
twice.
I can memorize it and be able to cast it.
Alright then. I'll get prepared and ready with my things. Do you need me to make those bombs or not?
As a failsafe, but only as a last resort.
Got it. I'm gonna work on the bombs and tell the crew to get ready. Right?
Right. When we do this, no one can be on board.
I would hope not.
Alright. Let's go! You notice that as everyone kind of splits up and people start moving into their positions to get their tasks done.
Jess,
Yeah, that's what.
I was trying to say before. Since it's a brilliant plan. But regardless of what we do, when we lay siege on this fortress, It is still embedded in the creature's heart. The creature's gonna die.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't see any other option. I don't see a way to save it.
That's not what I'm saying, trying to save it. That's when the clock's gonna start. That's when, if the creature dies, it will start to sink, fill with water.
Well, yeah, I thought the whole sea diamond thing was going to help with that, but apparently not, because we have to be on the sea and he has to figure out how to use it, so that's gone.
Yes, but we've got to make sure everybody's on the ship, and the giants are most likely all going to die.
So basically, laying siege on this place is going to be laying siege on this thing's heart, essentially.
Like I mentioned before, Dretha is very smart, and I don't think it's just happenstance she wedged her fortress in the heart of the thing keeping everybody alive.
Alright. So what we can try to do is minimal damage with the cannons. But if we just do minimal damage, then it's not going to make them want to come out.
The chances just have to be precise, and they have to be on target. If just a couple of them miss and hit any major arteries in that creature, it will bleed out, and it will begin to sink.
I'm not sure if it has any precedence over this situation, but the giants called me something called Tide Speaker, and I'm not sure, like, I seem to have some type of power within this thing. So,
Wait, what do you mean?
like, when I blew the conch, things happen. And I'm just saying...
Did you get what's going on with the sword also? What's up with that?
What do you mean?
Didn't you get a sword?
Right, and I used the conch to get it.
Okay, so what's the sword all about?
I'm just saying, well... It belongs to... I thought I already told you. But it belongs to the last king of the giants, of all the giants. He just never wielded it. It was meant for him, and it was brought here. And no giant has ever used it.
And what's special about it? Does it have some sort of special ability or something?
It has, I mean, it's very strong, for sure, but, I mean...
Can I see it?
I'm still getting used to it. Sure. Be careful, because I'm not sure if it might hurt anybody. It's not a
Poke
giant.
it.
As you poke it, you notice that the just feels like a steel blade.
It seems fine, yeah.
As soon as you go to grab it,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you go to grab it, it right down to the ground. You can't hold it.
Alright, well, sorry, that's stuck there now, sorry.
Fine.
I didn't mean to do that, I just did it on its own.
I'm gonna try and grab it.
You reach out and you watch Falter pick it up with ease.
Yep.
Alright, I don't want to do this anymore.
Stop messing around.
Can I walk up to this sword?
Yeah.
And I want to look at any rune markings on it or anything like that.
Yeah, it has giant runes that are on it.
It is magical, and with having a king's sword, it's probably powerful. Lithel's sword is rather formidable. It's ancient magic imbued with it, and I can only assume giant's magic is rather potent, especially when you're fighting dragons.
And like I was saying, I mean, maybe if I play the conch around the heart, maybe it might free it or something. I don't know. Or heal it. I don't know. but it's worth a try.
I'll play right now, see what happens.
Ooh, I don't think I want to do that because I don't. It's not like I don't know what it would do if I play it right here. All right, fucking fine. I did play it on the ship once.
If
you remember.
Walk off first. Walk off.
Oh.
Get off. Then do it.
Point it away from the ship.
Yeah.
I'll point it right at the ship.
Keep the blast radius away from us.
All right, I stay away from the ship.
Okay.
And I blow into it.
Do you play the song?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a D100 roll.
That's 29.
As you begin to blow into the conch shell and begin to play the song that you have done before, all of you watch as the reverberation of sound begins to emit from the conch shell. You watch as Fallner plays this tune and his eyes close. And you see this swell of water begin to rise around his feet and wrap around him. And as he does, there's this pulsing of tide and water. And as you see this pulse happening, you can see all of the infected flesh and pus begin to heal. And go back together. And summon a cat.
How much percentage-wise in the area that we can see? How much did that heal?
It was slow, but it is healing.
Well, that's something.
You hear this low rumble just echo throughout the chamber. And as it does, it reverberates. It reverberates, and the sound sounds like whales singing, and it's very calming.
Do you think so? Is it the queen that's causing this creature to be sick?
Yeah, that's what the giant said.
All right, so that's what the giant said. So, do you think if we just stay here and keep healing it, she's going to want to find the source?
Well, I'm assuming if at a certain point in time she's going to try to get a hold of us. I just don't understand her game. She obviously has immense magical power. She could probably get out of this beast at any point in time. Why is she in it? I don't...
Because it's a primal beast. It possesses powers over the sea, more or less.
So she wants to control it?
Kill it, control the power.
Because to me it seems like she could just kill the giants.
Well, there's also like a lot of items in here too. Maybe she's looking for something.
Maybe.
We've been finding a lot of shit in here.
Certainly it's not this armor. Like, it belonged to Liefhel's son. So, I mean, what is she after? Did the giants tell you?
No. Did they tell me?
They just think that she wants this creature's power.
So I think maybe if I just play this around the heart, it might heal the whole thing.
You have to get close enough.
Well, and we'll have to dispose of her.
We're also assuming that you're going to remember how to do that again. So say we fire off a few rounds and really hurt this thing, and then you get in there and try to heal it, and you don't remember how you did it.
I don't remember how. It's a song that I know how to. On my board, I can play a song.
Yeah, but every time it seems like when you play it, it doesn't stay consistent with what it does.
It's because it's a conch. It's not exactly a precision instrument, you know.
All right, so do it again.
Well, play it again.
Roll perform.
That is 18.
You watch as he begins to play, and a very similar effect happens. And you see more healing begin.
Alright, I'm more comfortable with this plan now.
Okay. So, it sounds like we are going to reduce the ship, move it, position it to where it can fire cannons at the heart, or at the castle. I'm going to go in and try to disable the towers the best of my abilities. If someone with a spyglass could watch, I will create a signal and let you know that they are disabled.
Where is Mox? Is that their name?
Yep.
She around?
They are on deck, but you guys I'm having you guys having this conversation over by the captain's wheel.
Is it just us?
Yeah. You and Tinsel. Tinsel's the only one up here with you guys.
Tinsel, why don't you go ahead and start working on those bombs?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah.
Yes, he turns.
So, I've gathered some insider information that I think, maybe you guys should know as well. Maybe you can do something with it about this Dretha. So she looks infernal because she has a pact with a fiend that has ties with Tiamat, Dragon Queen.
Really?
You guys are all aware of Tiamat.
How'd you come across this information?
I have sources, don't worry about it.
Even you,
They're reliable.
Lavende.
Really?
Yeah, even you. You know it, but you remember her as a boogeyman, like during bedtime stories, as this horrific 5-headed dragon that would fly over cities and burn them with a single breath and devour entire armies with a single gulp.
Wait. This makes more sense now. How many spiders are there?
The giant said 5.
5 heads. There's going to be 5 different elements of magic at work here. So this makes it a little bit easier. I might be able to work something out, just diffusing the magic.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I'd never finished bard school, but what were the chromatic heads of Tiamat?
There'll be fire, there'll be acid, there'll be, probably frost,
Can you roll to remember what they were? Maybe?
let me try.
Okay.
I said fire, frost, poison.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Was this history or?
Yeah, for you we'll do history.
So we're going to go up against like a boogeyman type of thing?
10.
10? You remember electricity. Well, the blue for electricity. But you, for the life of you, can't remember what the green one was.
Electricity. I can't remember the 5th one.
Well, that does make it easier for me.
There was also another little tidbit that my source told me to look out for whatever bonds them. Her and her pact, so an item or
Said an item?
could be, yeah.
Well, I was also inquiring with Tinsel with the radius of his magic, or his damping of the magic. Because without her magic, she is defenseless except for the giant crabs that are in there, and we would lose our advantage. And honestly, without a hulking mass like Smallfrost, I don't think we really stand a chance
Yes, so.
without magic.
Well, actually, that's a good point. What if we use one of the anti-magic bombs on her, cuts off her telepathic
But then we come back to the problem of we don't know how big the radius is going to be.
True.
So we'd have to send someone in who doesn't have to rely on
Right, that probably
magical abilities.
You're right, that probably won't work.
What about Sky?
Oh shit.
Sky can't do the magic.
Oh, we've already asked her to do so much. I
We
feel like she's
should
really
send
scarred.
Sky. This isn't a card game.
Wait. So, the sigil on your sword, does it just have to be on the person to get through? Could Sky, like, ride on your back or something?
The thing didn't even, when we were down in the place, it didn't affect her. Would this affect her? I don't really know how that really works.
I don't think she sent Sky into a fight like this. I mean, what's she gonna do when she gets there? I mean, set the bomb off and then what?
I don't know. Just the only thing I could think of. If we're going to send somebody, it won't really be a problem for
affected.
it. But I don't know if that bomb actually, like, goes kaboom, you know?
I'll tell you what, I'll keep one on my person. If I can find a way to utilize it, I will. But let's stick with the plan. I will try to disable these towers. Could I roll to make sure that I remember the 5 heads?
You can try.
Is it an intelligence roll?
History.
Huh?
History.
Out of character, I don't know.
Oh, the 5 things.
That is 13.
Pretty much same as Faulkner. You actually can remember all of them except for the green one. Can't for the fucking life of you remember the green one is.
So, but I know it's green.
Yeah, you know it's a green head. You know that's black for acid, red for fire, blue for electricity, white for frost. But you can't remember what that 5th one is. You thinking maybe thunder?
Alright. Actually, I got an idea. I'm gonna walk to the railing that overlooks the deck.
Okay.
Is the crew there?
The crew is currently getting things prepped and ready for the ship to be shrunk and moved.
Attention, everyone. Excuse me.
You notice that as soon as you do, everyone drops what they're doing and moves over towards you.
Okay. Extra credit to anyone who could tell me what element of the green head of Tiamat uses.
You notice that Hakan makes his way forward.
Why are you asking about Tiamat?
Well,
Look for crabs. Where's the crabs? Where are the crabs?
it turns out Dretha is a patron of this particular dragon.
You notice that Hakan takes a moment and you actually watch him pick his hammer up and slam it into the ground. And as it does, you watch as it cracks and ice splitters and fractures off of it. And you see him leave his hammer there and he kind of walks off and storms off. And you can see him get quite upset.
Burka? Burka? The fuck is that?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I'll go chase after him.
No, let's figure this out first. Let him cool off. Alright, well, I forget I said that. Let's just figure this out real quick, and we can catch up with him. Shut up.
Okay, well, he is. It has obviously triggered him. I don't want him running off and like attacking Dretha on his own.
I think he's just taking a little walk.
Yeah, you watch him walk away and he just like, you can see his hands are on his hips and he's kind of like in a moment of venting.
I think it'll be alright for me.
You notice that Claudia kind of moves forward and, I'm not quite sure what that was, but, answer your question, poison. Green dragons blow poisonous clouds.
Alright, there we go. That's the 5 elements I'm gonna have to counteract. gonna call Wizard Daddy really quick.
Okay.
We're your guys' daddies. Don't laugh at us.
Dead.
He lives on through your rat.
New question. Sentry magic. Magical towers that are armed with magic with 5 different elements. How would I disturb that magic to where it disables
There.
them? Okay.
You got disable.
Okay.
You hear a response back. You would need a similar in strength or power enchantment. Something that could resist the magical energy.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Is it a similar enchantment that can resist the energy?
Basically what he's saying in wizard terminology is that you would need to have a equal in strength spell that's specifically designed to counteract that element. And you know that the spires are automated. There's no wizard concentrating on the spire, which means that these have some sort of arcane focus instilled into them. You have no idea what's powering it. If you knew what was powering it, you could create or make something that could possibly negate it. But in this instance, counterspelling it isn't going to manage. It's not going to work. Basically, what you're doing is to give you a terminal, like give you an idea of how what you're trying to do, what you're thinking about right now is imagine someone's playing Russian roulette with you, and you have a shield, but you only get to raise your shield up for 1 click, and you don't know which bullet it is. That's basically what you're doing right now.
Okay. Alright. Might be a little bit more complicated. 5 spires.
It's beginning to kind of make me feel like it's something you can't do by yourself.
Well, if I could find what's powering them, that would just take out the hassle of having to scale 5 towers.
Well, do you think it's being powered by whatever binds Dretha to Tiamat?
Well, since we're assuming, I'm assuming that they are the elements of Tiamat, it would only make sense.
You know, if I had something that important, you know, that bonded me with something that gives me great power, I'd probably keep that on my person, personally, but that's a shot in the dark. It could be anywhere.
Or it could be a mythalore. It would make sense. She is a sun elf. She's underwater. I mean, probably for years. Maybe this beast swallowed a mythalore and she got her hands on one. It's enough to power floating vessels. Shield parts of cities from water. It would be strong enough. If that is what's powering it, maybe I could deactivate it, or I'm sure. Can I roll to see if the king knows how to power one of those?
Scrying through your memories, that is more of a. You know that once they're created, they pretty much the battery's going. They don't really turn on and off. They're just once they're made, they're on. They're just usually transported. They're created normally for a specific task. And whatever that task is, it tends to do it until that energy source literally eats itself up.
Well, I say we go with the plan that we have, and I will figure out something once I'm inside. I'll start with the tower and then work my way from there.
Normally I'm all for winging it, but this doesn't seem like a great plan.
We don't really have any other choice. I'm the only one that can get inside.
Anyone have any input?
I don't really even know what I'm doing. Because I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I fit into this. I'm sure that everybody else is too, you know? And I agree that I don't think you can do this by yourself, or you should have to.
We don't really have a choice.
Well, with him being the only one that can get into the city, it's got to be him. It's just I mean, if there's one thing about Kaz is he's incredibly stealthy. I think he can get in, unseen, undetected, take care of these 5 spies, and then we have ourselves a wall. A proper wall. Without those spies, I don't think she'll last. That's her only defense, really.
Alright, then that sounds like the plan that we're going with. Put it up to a vote with the rest of the crew, though.
And then what is the plan after they're down? We charge? We just us go in, take care of it?
I'd say we have to charge and then do minimal damage to the hut, so... Because whatever does happen, you're going to have to heal it, so we'll probably have to break up into teams. Have you on a team that worries about making sure this thing doesn't die, so we don't go down with it. Another team to go in and back up Kaz. Probably another group of people to take on the rest of whatever army's going to come our way.
Falmer. So correct me if I'm wrong again. Didn't finish bard school, but Giant's main enemy is dragons.
Correct.
When was that sword made?
Around the time that during the war.
That sword might be rather useful against someone whose patron is a literal dragon.
Sure.
If she has draconic abilities that were gifted from her patron, maybe that's a way to shield you from being hurt.
Oh. So you want me to try to go in?
When we disable the towers, I think you and I should tackle Dratha together.
Alright.
Alright, so main points here. Minimal damage to the beast. Go in after the spires come down, hopefully they come down. We'll have different teams, so where you're gonna need an escort, someone's gonna have to go with you to get to Kaz. Don't want you to do that alone. Right?
So I'm not understanding. Like, I thought we would just go in together.
He has to get in to disable the spies, remember? You can't go in with him until that's done. So you have to go in and meet with him, right?
Right.
So you're gonna need someone to go with you, just in case.
Alright. Who?
That's gonna be up to you.
You notice that Barry kind of, who's been eavesdropping in on the conversation, sort of makes his way over.
Barry.
Apologies, Captain, for sort of eavesdropping in. Do you want me to gather the crew then, if we're all going to vote?
Assuming we're ready.
Sure.
Is everyone good with the plan?
Sure.
Alright, listen up here, you wankers. We're all getting ready to vote, so get your asses over here. Notice that as soon as this happens, people drop what they're doing. They all make their way over towards you. They're standing below. You guys are still up by the wheel looking down towards them. You notice that Hakan grabbed his hammer and made his way back over.
Where's Talik and the other two?
They're still patrolling.
Is it within earshot?
Yeah, they're still within earshot, especially if you're yelling.
Something to find food.
I don't want them anywhere near while we're doing those.
Just suggest to them we need food before the battle.
And there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
Why don't we have this meeting below deck?
Well, I mean, there's still windows, portholes in the ship. It's not soundproof. Especially if we can't trust them and they're trying to listen in on anything.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna look over the side of the ship, whatever side they're at.
Okay.
Talik,
Yes.
I got a report that we think that there's someone approaching from. Is there like a tunnel?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
point
plenty.
that direction. There might be someone approaching from that direction. Will you and your men go check that out, please?
Yes. And they turn. And
They don't even question it. They don't even
They lead
question it. That didn't make sense. They just did it. All right.
I'm not gonna lie. I really hope we can free them from whatever hold they're under. Because
There's ways that we can free them. I'll make sure that they're free no matter what, alright? You don't have to worry about that, I'll take care of it. Alright.
Okay.
Someone go back.
Okay.
Alright, listen up. Here's the plan. We're gonna have to separate this into different teams. So we'll figure that out after the vote. When everyone's good with the plan, we'll figure the teams out. So, as of now, what we're going to do is there's spires guarding this place that Kaz is going to have to go in on his own to disable. If he gets them disabled, then we're going to have a team escort Fauna to meet up with Kaz, where they're going to take care of the problem. Another team is going to have to group together to deal with any possible militia of crabmen that come our way.
Yes, Hakan raises his hammer. I will lead the vanguard against the
That's the winner, right?
broodlings.
Perfect.
Taku kind of.
And I will assist Fulna. After the towers go down, I'm the quickest. I can get him to the Citadel.
Is this true?
he is very fast.
Alright, that works for me then. What else? Who was the 13? What am I missing? Help me. Did I cover everything? You guys don't know either. Alright. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Is everyone good with that plan? Also, minimal damage. This place is surrounded by this beast's heart, so...
Tinsel's raising his hand.
Yeah, yes, Tinsel.
And I will be on cannon duty. We are moving the ship.
That's it. That's what I was missing.
We're moving the ship over to strike at the Citadel. So, if anyone wants to help me with that, you notice that Sky raises her hand. I don't really want to be near any fighting at all. So that's gonna be me. I will help with that. Excellent. Thank you. I really hate being the powder monkey.
So again, I feel like you can get a little carried away, so let's be careful with where we're aiming these cannons, right?
Aye aye.
Alright. And then when all that's done, if we all make it, if we live, then we're gonna have another whole situation to figure out after Falna heals whatever damage we do to this thing. But that's the plan right now, and hopefully we survive it. So yay or nay?
You notice that the entire crew goes kind of just unisonly, yay.
Alright. That's the plan then.
You notice that Mox makes their way forward. I do have a question.
Speak.
There's rumors that there's some sort of infernal connection to all of this. Is this true?
Yes. Dratha is a servant of Tiamat.
Aye, denizen of Avernus. Very well. I want to be on the strike team inside.
So you want to go with Gaz and Volna? You seem pretty confident.
It is my creed that I must fell a champion of each layer of hell.
How many have you done so far?
0.
Ah,
Layer 1's a good one to start on.
For a minute there, I was almost intimidated. Alright. You both are alright with them joining?
Yes. Max is rather vulnerable, so. I still need to see Claudia. I heard.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, then that should probably be our first priority. Everyone rest up. Get ready for battle.
Barry speaks up. Alright, is that it then, Captain? We breaking?
I'm breaking.
Alright, everyone, rest up. We break. How long's rest, Cap?
How much time do you need?
If I can get 4 hours, that's all I need.
4-hour rest. Then we move on Citadel. Everyone, get some sleep. As everyone breaks up, and as everyone rests and gets refreshed and ready to move against the Citadel, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
I was hoping for another scene.
4-hour nap.
Thought that's
Dude,
where I
how
was going. I was
excited
like,
are
oh,
you?
here we go.
So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to end this episode here. And then that means, oh, also just to show you guys, I did have it planned to actually get to the Citadel
We
part
talked a lot.
because I had the map cam ready. Oh, boop, there was a map cam for the entrance into the Citadel.
And there was Chad's arm.
I actually had it planned to end as you guys got into the Citadel door. That's where I was going to have it end. But
Very nice.
since you guys did some awesome RP, that was took up most of the time. So, which is I'm not I'm not upset by that either. So thank you guys all for joining us. Tomorrow we will be continuing our Call of Cthulhu game, which we are now on episode 4. So it will be the third to last episode. We only have 3 episodes left. 3 episodes left. 4, 5, 6.
Tomorrow.
And then tomorrow's episode is titled A Gelid Hello.
A gelid hello?
A gelid hello.
What's gelid?
Gelid is a word for extremely icy.
Oh.
No.
Sounds like Jello.
It is not Jello.
Is that what
That's
you're
why I
wanting
was
now?
interested. I was kind of hoping it was Jello.
I want some Jello.
So,
Yeah.
everyone, thank you all again so much. We always have a fantastic time playing for you guys and having you guys sit through this experience. So, without further ado, we will see you all hopefully tomorrow. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time. And remember to always embrace the dark.
Oh, is that it?